Well, happy Saturday afternoon. 2 o'clock my time might be Saturday evening. So, hope everybody is having a beautiful day. I know we are. I know some areas are getting hit with some crazy weather. So, Jonathan, be safe. People don't know about Hawaii. They have gotten hit with a major rainstorm. And Jonathan basically has riverfront property right now. So, sending all that protection and healing energy, um, and that nice energy for safety and protection and security to Jonathan and other areas, of course, in our country and in the world that needs it. It is spring. I know Friday is Ostara, but it definitely feels like spring comes here early, and the cherry blossoms, the pink, the white, all the trees are starting to bud. It's so beautiful. And it says, I have for watching. Hello. I will be doing springtime readings today. And let me get that banner up. And if we can also take a moment for those who are watching on playback, if we can send Maruta, Maru, some healing energy and support. I received a notice that she had to go into the hospital, but however, she is doing well. She's getting better. So, we can just continue sending her some healing energy. That would be wonderful. So, take a sip here. Um, and maybe I'm waiting for people to appear in chat and ask for a reading there to say hi. I'll go ahead and I can start with a collective reading for everybody for the. Hmm. Hello, Gypsy, my dear. How are you doing? I don't know. I can't remember again where you are, but we're having beautiful springtime weather. I hope you are enjoying some nice weather as well. And for those who checked out my show last night with Allison and Tom and Shan. My Shan made a guest appearance for the show that night, last night. Again, thank you for everyone who showed up and supported. And remember to hit that like button for us if you hadn't had a chance to. Even leave a quick comment whether you got to watch a little bit or all of it. We were on for a good 3.5 hours. Thank goodness it wasn't readings because Heather wouldn't be here right now. She'd probably be in bed. So, yeah, let's get started. So I found a spread. I'm using mainly my tarot. I have my Seasons of the Witch Ostara because this Friday is Ostara, the spring equinox. You're in Oklahoma. For yeah, I heard some stuff is going on too in Oklahoma with trans rights and everything. So, and you're also in Tornado Alley, which I heard you guys were getting some unsettling weather. So, kudos for everybody who lives in Oklahoma and in Tornado Alley. That takes a lot of courage, let me tell you. Um, so the spread that I came across, because I want to use my new Verdance tarot because it's light, it's pastels, it's animals, it's very floral, it's very spring. And there's a lovely spread in here for the seeds, the roots, and the blooms. And so, for the what germinates for the first card is what is currently germinating in your life. The card you choose for this position reveals your current emotional and psychological state. The second one are the roots. And these are our inner resources that we have and what grounds and nourishes you. This card you choose shows your strengths and available support systems. And then the third card will be the blooms, potential for growth. What is ready to flourish? The card you choose for this position indicates your immediate potential for growth and transformation. So I thought that was a perfect spread for today's readings. And of course, this is the artist. This is Stephanie Puy Munla. Hopefully I say her name correctly. She's an incredible artist. She's done the Shadowscapes, and she's done this beautiful Verdance Tarot. And so we will be referring to that. And whoo, had 5, lost 3. So yeah, no personal questions today. But however, if you do have a personal question, the cards that come up from this reading may very well give you the answer that you are seeking. So and I also today brought my crystals, one of my crystal decks. So very light, very floral, very springtime. So let's start one for the collective, shall we? And that'll be from the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. Just to start off with the energy, because I love the beautiful poetry there on the cards. And that is the seed blessing. And of course, it's springtime. It's time to start planting our seeds, both physically in our gardens or in our little plant pots, and even within our soul. And here the card says, whisper and weave the breath of magic into what you foresee. So whatever you are planning, put your intent, your magic, your belief into those seeds as you plant them and as you water and nourish them. So that's a beautiful start for the collective reading. And let's move to our crystal and see what crystal energy. Maybe you have this crystal in your collection. And so the crystal is the pink amethyst. So amethyst comes in green, those dark purples, the light purples, all the variations of purple, and this also comes in pink. So we have this beautiful pink amethyst, and it's divine love. So when we start to plant our seeds, we're ready to start planting and empowering them with our magic and our prayers and our emotions, tapping into the divine love that's within us and calling upon your divine, whoever you call your spirit team or your higher power, calling that divine love. And it's all about the soul star chakra. And the soul star chakra is just above that last 7th chakra. So it's around the 8th chakra. And that's what they consider the soul star, where, we open up and we get messages from our soul tribe, our family, our higher selves that come through. So, yeah, beautiful card. And hello, Samreen. Welcome. Always love to see new faces. And to continue with the collective before I do individual readings, let's get the cards for the spread. So for the seeds for us. So what is currently germinating in our lives? Ooh, got some motorcycles out there. So this card is going to refer to our current emotional and psychological. Well, Samreen, I'm not doing personal readings today. This is for springtime readings only. If you still like a reading, go ahead and put spring, and see if the cards that come up might be, the answer that you are looking for. That's okay, Samreen. And congratulations on your anniversary. Those are always fun to celebrate. So for the roots, these are our inner, that came out, for our inner strengths and available support systems. And the last card for potential growth, the blooms. And this is what indicates what is ready to flourish in our life. Hey, sassy boo. Yep, smack that sassy as you're coming in, y'all. So for the collective, we have the 9 of Cups. What is currently germinating in your life? Our emotional and our psychological state. So we have the 9 of Cups. And so that's all about being able to celebrate. That's emotional happiness, fulfillment of what we have created and made for ourselves on a personal level. 9 of Cups is someone who loves to celebrate, the good life, has, and likes to also be generous and also share their bounty with others. So this is a wonderful card to say that a majority of us coming in with this week and with spring are experiencing emotional happiness and fulfillment. And even on days when we feel like there isn't, or what we see around us isn't, we still learn to be able to cultivate that by having gratitude in our lives. So the roots are inner resources. So this is what grounds and nourishes us. This shows our strengths and the available support systems that we have. And we got the chariot. So how does this? So inner resources. We have the ability to find balance and equilibrium within ourselves. The chariots are all about being able to take those reins and be able to stay focused. We harness that energy within us, keeping our emotions and our actions and our words and ourselves grounded in perfect balance. And so that allows us to propel forward. We stay focused, we move forward, and especially as we're moving through our days, our goals, whatever is currently in our environment, what's in our life, the events that we are participating in. So the chariot is a great card. Again, taking those reins, staying focused, staying balanced, and putting the sides out. Where people might be saying this and that. This is all about us finding that our core and our center balance and being able to move forward. And the bloom card, potential for growth. So this is what's ready to flourish for us, indicating potential for growth and transformation. And I love this card. Look, this is for the collective. Looking at the Three of Coins, which is also the Three of Pentacles. And look at the little honeybees. So the potential for growth is teamwork. When we work together with our spirit team or with others in our daily lives, whether co-workers, family, people who are part of our spiritual circle, even, within ourselves, with our spirit team or with our inner self, our higher self, what we connect to as the divine, working together for greater good. So we have the bees working in their hives. They all work together in tandem to create the honeycombs, to create that lush, yummy honey. So beautiful cards. So potential for growth and transformation, working with others, with our spiritual team, and working towards collaborating something beautiful, making something beautiful manifest. So that was the collective reading. All righty, so let me put those aside and take a quick sip. And I did see your request, Sam. So let me just go up and see. Make sure I didn't miss if Gypsy asked for one. Okay, so now do you prefer Sam or Sam Marine? Let me know. I don't want to be disrespectful. All righty. Jax is like, woohoo. Okay, so let's start out with our Seasons of the Witch Ostara. Sam celebrating her anniversary with her bow. So let's see what this beautiful springtime spread has to offer. Easter egg hunt. Love this. Who doesn't love having those memories of when we would go Easter egg hunting? So what you seek may not be what is seeking you. Isn't that interesting? A shift is what is needed. So what that card is saying, Sam, is that sometimes the things that we are seeking outside of ourselves, it could maybe be a job or a goal or even working with a particular individual or spiritual individual, like an entity, let's say deity, or somebody of our, of our spiritual nature. Sometimes what we go out seeking may not be what is seeking us. So what we may want may not be what the other one wants. So this could be with personal relationships. But this again could be, people that we work with or goals that we have, any projects that we are working towards. Um, Again, too, working with a spiritual team, maybe a particular deity or yeah, anything that we go out searching or seeking to connect with, we always have to keep in the back of our minds that that particular energy, person, event, project, goal may not be what is meant for us. And so, what is required is a shift of our perception of what is needed and saying, well, maybe if this is not what's coming to me, maybe this isn't what is supposed to be for me. What else can I see? How can I look outside of the box? How can I think outside of the box and see other areas of possible potential that maybe you can redirect your energy into? So that is the Easter egg hunt. Alrighty, and let's go grab our crystal card. Alrighty, my dear. So, Sam, your card is for crystals. Let's see. Alrighty, you got the lace agate. And so lace agate comes in different colors. This one here is a beautiful, earthy, soft color. It's an air element, which is our thoughts, our dreams, how we communicate with others, with ourselves, our higher powers. And the stone is about adaptability. So what you are seeking may not be seeking you. This is exactly what this is connecting to, being adaptable. So whatever it is that may not be coming to us because it's not meant for us, that shows that we have the ability to be adaptable, where we can be like, okay, this isn't working out. So how can I adapt? How can I go from plan A and let's try a plan B or a plan C? So this is a beautiful card of adaptability, again, in thinking, especially with it being an air element. So being adaptable in how we think, how we perceive, how we communicate with others. So that is your crystal, a beautiful lace agate in a peachy color. And alrighty, let's get to your tarot cards. So Sam, the seeds, what is currently germinating in your life? This card reveals your emotional and psychological state. Alrighty. And we have the Eight of Wands. So this is some fast-moving energy. So this is you directing a lot of energy towards a goal. Again, a goal, a project, or an idea. The wands are all about fire, creativity, willpower, momentum, motivation. So harnessing that Eight of Wands right now, this is what's connecting to the emotional and psychological state. So a lot of maybe feelings of, I don't know, heart racing. I don't know if there's, because I'm not a doctor. Can seek professional help. But, with the Eight of Wands, when they maybe they show up in us in a physical manner, this could be us doing a lot of running around, making sure that, we get plenty of rest with that much energy that we're putting out. But again, the Eight of Wands, this is fast thinking, fast moving. So a lot of thoughts going on right now, a lot of different ideas zipping through, but those ideas and thoughts are coming through really fast. There's a lot of momentum behind them, Sam. So the roots, this card is going to be what grounds and nourishes you. So these are I like when they flip out. These are your strengths and support systems. You have the Hermit. And look at that beautiful leopard. Isn't he gorgeous? And so when it comes to roots and inner resources, the Hermit, you have to look within yourself. The Hermit is all about going within, taking time to be with yourself, your thoughts. It's a time of self-reflection, introspection, and maybe meditating, connecting with one of your guides, but really taking the time to sit and listen to your heart, listen to, especially with the Eight of Wands, with all those energy so fast moving. These could be so many fast moving thoughts, ideas, emotions, physical reactions, where right now the best thing to do is to get rooted, is to get into the hermit mode where we calm down, we breathe, we go within, and we connect with our heart, maybe our higher power, and just slowing the mind down, getting out of social media, electronics, and just maybe even if you can going out and being in nature. That really helps too. Oh, thanks, Gypsy. And so, Sam, your last card. This is the card for potential growth, and this is the immediate potential for growth and transformation in your life. And I hope you are still here. And let's see what we have for you to finish. Also, like from the collective, the Chariot. So, for growth and transformation. And again, the Chariot is all about finding our equilibrium. That's being able to balance both our masculine, feminine. It's about being able to that proactive, receptive energy. Gain control of our thoughts, our emotions, and staying focused on, a goal, movement, and just basically managing. Because when we're able to be in that place of equilibrium, we're able to, be more grounded, and especially coming out of the hermit, this will help us be able to stay, or help you be able to stay, get more focused. Getting in contact with what it is that needs balancing in your life on all levels. But these are it's a very interesting card. So I hope that resonated with you. I hope you're still here. And thank you for letting me read for you, Sam. It's always a pleasure reading for everybody, but for new people. So, all righty. Okay, so we got Gypsy, and Irene is here. Hello, Irene. And thanks everybody for hanging out with us last night. That was pretty wild. You got another 6 inches of snow. I'm not shoveling it. I give up. And I got yours too, Irene. Okay. So, and for people who are new here to my channel, if you do request a reading, I just ask that you remain in chat so that I can connect with your energy and be able to see if any of the cards resonated with you. It's just, it's respectable to the reader as well. So, alrighty, moving on to Gypsy. Okay, let's get a spring card. I really like that spread. The seeds, the roots, and the blooms. Okay, so we start off with daffodils. And I'm going to take this down so that we can see the card. Fatima, how are you, my dear? Good to see you. Give, of course, Odelia and John my best. Nice to see you in chat. So, Gypsy, we have daffodils. And I love this. I got that song out by Mark Ronson in my head. I think he did that with Tame Paula, the song Daffodils. So, like I said, Heather always goes to music. So, daffodils, the whispers that inspire are shifting towards you in a melody of creative blooms. So, we got some music in there, Gypsy. So, they're saying here in the card, being outside, hearing the wind moving through the leaves, the other sounds of nature are all shifting towards creating a beautiful melody within you, and also creating lovely blooms. So maybe celebrating the spring, going out to nature, maybe taking your guitar. I think that was your instrument, and being able to maybe just go outside in nature if you can and be inspired. Who knows, maybe a melody or a song may come to you. So, but yeah, those whispers within and around, just take those and weave those into some beautiful music and creative blooms. See what comes about. Love that, love that. And for crystals, all righty. Well, it looks like Sam left before I finished her reading. But all righty. So, crystals for Irene. A crystal for Irene. No, Gypsy. I'm sorry. I keep getting you two switched over. My bad. This is Gypsy. Gypsy. Because you see your gypsy. So you got the Super 7 crystal. And the Super 7 is a collection of different forms of crystals that appears into a cluster. And they're called the Super 7. And this has to do with something called the Elrisha star. And let's see what that is. I'm curious. Because I don't use this deck too often, which I should, because it's an absolutely beautiful deck. Got to get back into my crystals. And so the Elrisha, so this is all about transformation, lessons, and divine light. It's asking about where your true north is, because the card is about direction. I know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse everybody. So this is the card about direction moving forward. So maybe this spring with that card, creative blooms, hearing whispers, having musical ideas, maybe that leading you to direction of create maybe some new music. And it says here, we are all in search of what sets our souls on fire. And the way to find your spiritual direction is to go through the shamanic medicine wheel. So they're going to be talking about the medicine wheel. The east is where you feel success and experience victories. To the north is where you will learn survival and where you will experience hardship and sadness. To the west, you will experience transformation and the end of a cycle. To the south, you will receive abundance and learn lessons about your courage and strength. I think that's beautiful. So here it says, set your sights on Elrisha, the brightest star in the constellation of Pisces. And we're in the seasons of Pisces right now. And this new moon, this Thursday, which Kristen Louise, 9 Worlds Tarot, will be joining me for new moon readings on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So Elrisha means knot, as in K-N-O-T, as in a knot, in Arabic, and indicates the link that connects the two fish of the Pisces constellation together. This knot is also a representation of connecting your human experience and your divine self. So that's beautiful. Maybe Gypsy going out into nature, acknowledging all the directions, feeling that there may be messages or whispers or inspiration to come through you to create something that's in harmony, whether with music, maybe something artistic, writing, could be lyrics, could be poetry, and just maybe connecting to what direction speaks to you most, but acknowledging all of them and asking maybe for blessings for something that might be new in your creative process. And here the affirmation is, I go forth in each direction to learn my karmic lessons and awaken my divine self. Let's see. Let me type here. Let me get this in here. Trying to do this with one hand. As I say that, waiting for Miss Tarot D to pop in, Elrisha. And that's how you spell it. And so let's get to your tarot cards. Alrighty, so the first card up is, not that one. We got to shuffle first. So the first card is your seeds. What is your current emotional and psychological states? So this is what's germinating in your life. This is kind of what's starting to grow, starting to bud a little bit. Alrighty. And let's see. So now we know, remember now, so typically, okay, I'm just going to set the deck down. So we all know the death card, which you received, is what is germinating right now in psychological state. Okay. And so, as some of you know, Gypsy has shared this in chat. She just recently lost a partner, or a former partner, excuse me, um, to illness. And it has presented a freedom for both the person who was ill and for herself as well. But this really is beautiful, Gypsy, because it represents death. I do believe literally in this sense here, for the individual you're caring for, but also this is a time for rebirth now. They're starting a rebirth in their next life, and now you are experiencing an ending and a rebirth in your life. And so this is a really beautiful card to say, okay, now it's time to to rebirth ourselves, renew ourselves, maybe reinvent ourselves. How do we move forward? So your next card, the roots, and this is about, this is the card that shows your strengths and available support systems. So this is what grounds and nourishes you. All righty, let's see what we have here. The Seven of Swords. Okay, I'm going to see this as, so the Seven of Swords is about betrayal. It's about a sense of theft or getting away with something. But this is also a card of strategy as well. Now, for me, the Seven of Swords could, to me, let's see, this, because this is about strengths and support systems, which is interesting because the Seven of Swords gives us anything but a sense of support from others, because we are concerned about people, getting away with something, taking something from us. So this energy might reflect maybe this individual being taken from life before it was their time. um, but we don't also want, I want to kind of maybe acknowledge this, showing that because of these losses and things that have happened in the past, when it comes to any sort of betrayal, and this could be very well connected with the individual. Say, I know you said it was an ex, so perhaps time stolen, things that needed to be patched, um, so moving forward, it's time to not let this energy, this part of your life is now over. They're experiencing their new rebirth, or there now, and now here physically you're experiencing something new. So don't let things from the past steal that away from you. When it comes, so for me, I can see that as a support when we know that things that when we weren't treated kindly, we found that strength, that resiliency within ourselves to be able to use that to help us get rooted, and to move forward. And again, to strategize moving forward now, going forward in life. So let's see what your last card is, the Bloom, potential for growth. And this is the card that indicates immediate potential for growth and transformation. What is ready to transform? Mhm. And you got the World. Oh, Gypsy, look at that, sweetheart. Look at that beautiful dragon. So, yes, things have come full circle. The cycle has been completed. He's moved on to his new world, and now it's time for you to embrace your new world. Things that you have done in the past come to fruition, and now it's time for a rebirth, letting go of the past and not let stealing anything from you, using that past and that energy and things that have come to pass from that. Let that be your strength to show you how strong and resilient you are. And now it's a time for a brand new world for you. Time to start fresh, time to start new. And also with the world card, that makes me think of the crystal that you got, mentioning the sacred wheel, the medicine wheel, or any type of spiritual wheel. It's also circular, even though the world is typically, oval. Here the dragon is sitting within a beautiful circle. So it's time now to maybe honor that, maybe do go to each direction, give honor to every aspect of what you've been through the last, I don't know how many years, and to now say, okay, things have come to full circle. Now it's time for me to move forward with my new life. What is next for me? Beautiful reading. Thank you, Gypsy, for letting me read for you, as always. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Okay. So that will be a good show. Oh, the new moon. So okay, Jax, I got you on the list. And I seen I have a few more people in chat, so thank you for being here. And if anybody else would like a reading, I'm doing springtime readings, including, a crystal card along in there too to boot. So Irene, come on, Irene. Now it's your time. So, all righty. For your Ostara, your oracle, this beautiful little poem. Oh, tears. We're all sending you love, Gypsy. A lot of us in our community have had to take care of loved ones that were in their process of transition. So, Irene, you got eggshell pots. And they're like, what? Not that kind of pot, girl. Eggshell pots. And it says here to connect with the essence of purpose. So whatever purpose you're having, what is the essence of it within your attention? So whatever that essence is and what you're putting intention, all that will be revealed. And so some people, I remember doing this a couple of times when I was younger. When you get eggs and you still have eggs left over, you can put, once they're dried, because they have nutrients and still that's within the eggshell and some that's left over from the yolk. And you can put soil in there and you can plant seeds. The soil takes the nutrients from the shell, leftover shell and yolk, and creates a real fertile foundation, a fertile soil to be able to plant and grow seeds. And of course, then later on, they can all be replanted safely into the earth. So this is a cute card of, maybe grabbing an eggshell, doing that, planting some seeds. And it says here, making sure that you connect with the essence. Make sure that that is there for your intention and your purpose. And by planting it, and when we nourish that, it will grow. It will be revealed. So that is your oracle. Now let's get your crystal. All right, crystal. That didn't feel right here. I'm so used to shuffling a full tarot deck that sometimes when I use my smaller oracle ones, it doesn't feel right while I'm shuffling. It's weird. So your crystal card, Irene, is the Herkimer diamond. And they come from one place, and it's in my home state of New York, Herkimer, New York. And so this is the Earth Star crystal. And the Earth Star, like how our soul star is like the next one up from our seventh one from, I got to relearn my chakras. But you know how you have like the deep indigo here, and then you have that purplish violet right here that connects you with your intuition and other abilities and guides. The next one up is like a higher frequency. Well, this is below. So you have your root chakra and then the earth chakra. That's where we go deeper into the earth and we connect with the earth's energy. So what's really beautiful, and I've done this before doing crystal healing, is if we're able to sit and have a moment to ourselves where we open that seven, that eighth chakra, that higher chakra, and bring all that energy in and let it go through all of our chakras, down out of our feet and into the earth. And then once it gets to the earth, breathe that back up and bring the earth energy up from the earth chakra and have that flowing back and forth and feel like that beautiful continuation of ebb and flow. Really beautiful. I've done that before. I recommend it. I haven't done it in a long time though. So Irene, the keyword for this card is alignment, my dear. So when you go to do maybe one of your egg pots, if you go to plant those seeds and start growing something out of an eggshell pot, when the card says to make sure that your essence of your purpose and intention is in that creation, bring everything all into alignment. Really connecting again to maybe before you do that, doing that practice of opening up that seventh chakra and the eighth chakra, excuse me, and bringing all that energy in and sending down to the earth chakra and bringing that back up and infusing, taking that energy and infusing that into the seeds or into your intention of what it is that you're doing, whether you're planting the seeds or you may even be, especially with this new moon coming up, anything that we want to write, that we want to remove from our lives, and to be able to burn safely, put that in there and also set that intention. So beautiful. The card's all about alignment. And hi, Lori. Oh, and everybody, I'm so excited to announce Lori, who is Craigie Brooke Witchery. She is an amazing artist, and she is going to be joining Jonathan and I on the 27th for a live art session. Yay! So, totally looking forward to having Lori on. So, Lori, I will go ahead and add you. And Gypsy, I can do that on a day when I'm prepared for it. I'll set a date. I'll put that out there. Let's see. Everybody's fed up with the snow. Oh my goodness. We're having beautiful spring weather here. And thank you, Jax, for putting Lori's link in the chat. I appreciate that. So let's get to your, Irene, to your tarot cards. So the seeds, what are we germinating right now? What's our emotional and psychological state? Basically, what's our emotions and thoughts, our thoughts and emotions right now? Because our thoughts, emotions can create behavior. So something I'll be able to more professionally speak on as soon as I get my certification at the end of April. Well, I have some more training too to do in May, but alrighty. So, Irene, what is currently germinating, girl? Well, I love it when I get the bees. So we have the 7 of coins. So what's right now? What is your, basically your emotional and psychological state? Where are we germinating? And it's the 7 of coins, which is the pentacles. And as we can see, this honeybee is taking its time harvesting the honey, because we don't want to fully harvest something until it's ready, because then it's not going to be as good. So of course, this is the card of patience, having to have patience and know that things will come to fruition, and will be ready to harvest when the time is needed. Just like this honeybee. The honeybee doesn't want to rush, because then his honey won't be as sweet. And yes, this is really quick here. Where's my box? This is, I just have my box here. Well, I got my book set aside. But Lori, this is all watercolor. The artist is Stephanie Puy Moonlaw. It's her Verdance Tarot. And I know a lot of people in the community know who she is from her Shadowscapes, but these are all her illustrations and hand painted watercolors. So absolutely beautiful. So, Irene, the roots, your inner resources. So, these are the strengths and support systems that are available to you right now. The Kumquat. So, your support, King of Wands. Well, this is an interesting King of Wands. This is definitely, I feel, your strength. This is somebody, this energy for you is one of the foundation. This is the ability, this is the leadership, this is you inspire others, but you also can inspire yourself. This is the king of creativity, of inspiration and motivation. And so you have all of that energy, all that creativity, especially with the jobs that you've held in the past. You have a lot of strengths that you can pull from and support systems. Getting that rooted, maybe reconnecting with people at some point who you have worked with or you're still connected with, to say, and for them to remember, yes, I remember how you inspired others. Maybe they can help help you get back into that flow of that creativity, getting inspired again, getting motivated again, because it shows that you were very good with others, but this is an energy. I feel like that needs to be grounded and reawakened in you at this time. So, tapping into remembering the motivation, how you inspired others, the willpower. I mean, with everything that you've been through, the willpower and the energy to still keep persevering, despite what you've been going through, and allowing that to show you how strong you are and to get you rerooted again, so that you can get back into that creativity, that you can get back into being inspired. I mean, with these cards, and you used to being a florist and the amazing work that you used to do, florist being an absolute artist with nature. So maybe tapping into something that, not necessarily maybe that same kind of job again, but being able to reconnect with, maybe even, I'm hearing, even calling in the energy of the flowers, the essences, those flowers and plants, that remembered how you took beautiful care of them, and how you created them into beautiful pieces of art, and to share that with others in celebration, calling in and remembering all of that. Because sometimes our support systems don't necessarily come from something that's material. This could be spirit form, coming from ourselves, others that we have touched that are in spirit. And I just saw all of your references are dead. Well, maybe calling upon them, if you mean they're in spirit, maybe calling upon them to give you some idea of, how do I direct this King of Wands energy? How do I direct, my energy? How can I move forward and be able to tap into that again, and to be able to continue inspiring not just others but myself, about getting really, again, light that fire, like the church said, baby, light my fire, get reignited again. Um, and your last card, which is the blooms card. So this is potential for growth. This is the immediate potential for growth and transformation. So what we get germinated, get grounded, and we get our roots in it. Whoop. Okay, nope, that's two cards. Well, let's take the two cards. They both came out together. So for personal transformation, also the death and rebirth card. Letting go of the old, having to face endings, having to create endings to be able to move forward so that you don't stagnate. This is a card like with JJ, reinventing ourselves, moving forward, This is a popular card today, so this is a very good, message for the collective coming into spring. Spring, nature's being reborn. So we're letting go of the death and the germination of winter, and now we are being reborn in the springtime. So this is a time for rebirth, my dear. And the card that came out with it is the Two of Coins, and it's a balancing act. So it's going to be a balancing act. Having to balance, everything on the physical level, your projects, but finances, housing, that sense of security. So yeah, everything on the physical that you're being able to juggle right now. Once you're able to, and you find that way, get inspired by that King of Wands to help you with that, to get inspired and creative into helping you create this bloom. It'll take a balancing act, but again, the positives are that you get to embrace that rebirth and to move forward, and that's what I have for you. Oh, I used to do that song, Jose Feliciano. Which one was it again that I was singing? It comes and goes with me these days. So let's see. Rebirth. Great. Does that mean we can trade in the Oh, Lori, I wish I could, because I miss being able to go roller skating and whipping around that rolling rink and skating and hiking and climbing my trees. I miss that. There we go. Yep. I knew that right now, Lori. Yeah. So we have to find new ways of tapping into that. Let's see. Tart, all the ones I've had. What? Wait a minute. Let me see. I don't even know what a kumquat looks like. Don't want to. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, it looks less hairy and a small kiwi. Oh my goodness, they were so cute. So we had to pull one. In Cantonese. Oh, because of popping them open before they were ripe. Yeah. They were small because they weren't ripe. Ripe for the picking. Oh my God, that just made me think of an episode from Lucifer, the TV show, where he was naked in front of her. He goes, "Come on, I'm ready for harvest. The berries are ripe for picking." So that just made me think of that. All right. Getting old is shite. I agree with you. You'll get no argument from me out of that one. All right. So, Jax, you are up next, my dear. Oh, goodness. Here's the song for us. If we can turn back time. I don't have to share here, whip, but yeah, if we can turn back time, All righty. So, Jax, you're Ostara. And Ostara's this week, one of my favorites. And then summer hits, and I'm like, when's fall going to get here? All right, so you got the mushrooms. Here we go. Your resilience is unwavering in the pursuit of anything that may come your way. And girl, ain't that the truth? So, like the mushrooms, you are unwavering, your resilience. And so, these mushrooms, they have all those beautiful, I don't want to use the word tentacles, but they have that system. We've seen this on TV where all the root systems all connect with each other underneath the earth in the woods, and they give each other's nutrients and energy to the trees, to the plants, to one another. So mushrooms are incredible. And so, but yeah, your resilience is unwavering. I'm going to keep that card here in case I need to reference that. So with your crystal card, I think it's called the psyllium or something like that. The micro something. Oh, hello, Glorious. Well, thank you. You keep growing like a fungus. Because she's not a fun guy. She's a fun girl. I know, bad joke. So, mushrooms and connectivity, yep. Jason Isaacs. I don't know Jason Isaacs. So your crystal card, Jax, is the black tourmaline, the psyllium. So, girl, if you don't even got black tourmaline, they're relatively inexpensive. And it connects to Pluto, and we know Pluto is the planet of death, regeneration, and birth. And just like the card says, regeneration. And black tourmaline is excellent for grounding, for protection, and tourmaline too. And of course, as always, entertainment purposes only. Um, it's a stone that is good for helping control that electromagnetic smog that we get off of our devices. I think you can buy them on Amazon and other places. There's like little pieces that you can attach to your phone to help absorb some of the extra electromagnetic energy, keeping it by a computer, just like shungite is good for that. But yeah, black tourmaline is good for absorbing negative energy, especially people's energy, even spirit energy, and it's very protective and very grounding. So it's a stone that, can be found easily. And if not black tourmaline and you see like a dark brown tourmaline, that would work too. Onyx, so you have onyx, obsidian is also another good one for that. Um, oh, thank you, Lori. Malfoy, the bad guy. Oh, and the Patriot. He makes an excellent bad guy. Oh, he does. I saw him in that one show. I'm going to get distracted here, but it was the not the closer, but the series following based on the characters. Major crimes. I believe, if I remember correctly, he was like the first story where Malfoy was, was murdering women, or at least murdered one of them. And I'm just like, he just likes playing the bad guys. He's really good at it. So Jax. Oh, you're welcome, Irene. So the seeds. Besides mushrooms, what are you germinating, girl? So emotional and psychological state. Sure. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune. So you're taking the wheel and you are in charge of directing that wheel. And with the Wheel of Fortune, in this position, I think that's a good one. The wheel is turning in a positive manner for you. I just love the ladybug because the ladybug is all about good luck. I love the ladybugs. And at the bottom, we have a crow. Cool. And guess what the crow's got in his mouth? A mushroom. And then next to him is a crow skull with also mushrooms. So it exemplifies how, the wheel turns. When we have our good moments, they're going to be followed by probably some bad moments or challenges. It's all about the spinning, the cycle of life, death and rebirth. So there you go. You got that Wheel of Fortune, but in this position right now, that's good juju. So the roots, your inner resources. So these are your strings and support systems that are available to you. I just love how this deck just shuffles. It's like heaven. It's like a soft, beautiful paper. So the roots, your strengths. Ooh, this is interesting. You got the moon. Look at that. So for your strengths and support systems, the moon card. And for me, this is going to be you working with your shadow self and not being afraid of that. Because things that you need to work on, like with the Wheel of Fortune, what you are planting, that it's going to take work and that you're going to have to deal with the shadow aspects at some point. But the moon to me isn't just about working with our shadow. It's about embracing the divine light of the feminine, from the moon. This has to do, especially for us women, connecting with the moon because of our cycles, with our the waters in our bodies, honoring, our emotional needs and our intuition and our psychic gifts. So for me, this is awesome. What's going to be taking root is that you're going to be connecting more and learning, and being able to plant those seeds in those dark shadows, in those traumas, and not just traumas, but traumas are our fertile soil. Our shadows are fertile soil for us to plant because where there within lies our nutrients to grow new things that we have been through in the past, as painful as they are and traumatic, um, whatever they may be, that is creating fertile soil for planting seeds because we can take from that and learn and grow and not be afraid of working through them and acknowledging them, especially if they're going to be a permanent, I want to say permanent residence within ourselves. So with that moon card too, it's embracing the shadows but embracing the light. To me, it's a beautiful partnership. It's a beautiful dance, and in this one here, you kind of got some tentacles coming up out of the water too. So she's showing that the tentacles may be coming up out of the deep where we can't see, but yet that bird is still not afraid to fly down in with the star. So they're still having our dreams, our hopes, but not being afraid or fear of them. So we are mushrooms having a human experience. So your last card, my dear, the blooms for potential growth. So this is no, that's too many cards now. Come on, guys. Enough fun, guys. They're trying to have fun. Okay, so the blooms. And I noticed too, shuffling different decks, some take a lot of effort because of the coating being so thick on the cards. And then when you got to move to one that shuffles so beautifully, it just got to learn, the delicate approach to stuff. All right, so for immediate growth, Knight of Wands. What's going to be blooming? What's your potential and transformation? That Knight of Wands, my dear, just running wild, chasing after your bliss. This is going out in search of your creativity. This is rushing out to meet, inspiration, energy, creativity. This is basically like forging your path, tapping into reserves that are now available to you. That can inspire you to move forward. And I love how you have the beautiful stag, the monarch of the woods. He's riding on that stag, and you got rabbits in here. You've got bunbuns. You've got bunbuns, bunny rabbits. I call them bunbuns. And look at this too. You got the male and the female running. The female's running alongside. So I just love that. And that lantern, that light, to me, this is like rushing forward. And of course, and depending on certain spreads, that could be kind of like, being hot-headed, rushing forward. But this one here, it's just like following that inner light, following your peace, following your bliss, chasing after that creativity, and just being inspired to explore. So, girl, some very cool cards. I love this deck. I'm not one of those that try to promote decks and get people to FOMO or fear. Well, of course, fear of missing out is what FOMO is. But the whole purchase responsibly. But that deck is just incredible. I absolutely love the artwork in that deck. So I am going to take. It's almost Easter, bun. I'll allow it. Like with Jonathan Van Ness, you may know he was on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He had a video one time when I was following him, and he had kittens. Instead of calling them kittens, he called them bittens because they were little babies. So he was calling them bittens. So whenever I see little kittens, I'm like, oh, look at the little bittens. And some people look at me like bittens. But yeah. All right. Let's see. It's a neat theory. YouTube has a long one and a 3-minute version of it. Of what? Oh, thank you. Like butter. Actually, we're going to have some mushrooms tonight with our steaks. I'm making steak and eggs because I got to use up our eggs, and I'm going to have them with mushrooms. I might fry up some green peppers and some onion in there too. Heck, that cycle left That's like me too, thank God. For me, Lori, it was up. This is one of the things I'm going to go on a tiny little mini tangent what us women have to deal with this BS, no matter where we are. In my 30s, I knew I did not want children. My periods were excruciating. I had endometriosis. The pain was always so bad. I mean, it started when I was younger, but by the 30s, I knew. And I said, I will sign a waiver, whatever it is that you want. Please just remove my uterus. Please. I cannot keep. And they said, nope, we can't do. I mean, this is where women, we still don't have say over our bodies. And I had to wait until my mid 40s when I started to develop fibroids. And because of the cancer in my women's side of the family, thank God my doctor, she was amazing, Dr. Thoda, and she says, I think it's time we take this out. And I said, yes, please. So Lori, oh my God, I cannot tell you how blessed I am without having to go through that anymore. So, people really need to start respecting and women's wishes with their bodies, really, really. So 6 minutes, is that a meditation for the chakras? It was. I mean, I was taking over at one point 12 to 1400 milligrams of Motrin every day since I was 14, 15 years old because of the severe pain. And that didn't always stop it from coming back. I had to take that multiple times. I am so surprised my liver hasn't completely been killed off from all of that. So yes, very free. And still, we need to fight for women's rights, reproductive rights. My God. Whew. Anyway, Lori, you're up next. Okay, so let's see what we get. Spring for me. So we are on Lori, and I'm just going to let me shuffle, and then I'll take your name down so you can see the card. I don't think I need to. So from Ostara, Seasons of the Witch. I know what, Lori, I'm thinking about ordering some of the oil pastels I had to leave behind for our show. I've been itching after I saw your beautiful oil pastel painting. Oh my God. Or drawing. Some people refer to dry pastel or soft pastel and oil pastel as paintings. For me and my teacher, I call them drawings, but your pastel piece absolutely got me inspired to pick up my oil pastels again. I would love to send you some pictures, if you don't mind, via email of some of the oil pastels that I've done. Nancy at Crohn's Intuition bought 1 or 2 of them from me. Yummy, go for it. Yeah. All right. So, okay, for Lori. Always love when I find a fellow artist who loves to talk about art and do things. So you got Pink Moon. And what did she put in here? So it's acknowledgement of a yearly. Okay. So she even gave the Bun Bun a set of horns. How cute. So your tongue will illuminate the spaces within your thoughts that need evolving. So what this is saying is what we speak to ourselves, the language that we use, will illuminate the spaces within us that need evolving. So when we speak our truths, we speak our truths. And when it comes from a place of self-esteem, self-love, self-acceptance, and confidence and empowerment, that helps energize and helps us to heal and grow and evolve how we move forward in speaking with ourselves and how we treat ourselves. And that is the Pink Moon. And here she's got, it shows all year round. So this is just a list of all the other decks through, the sacred circle that they created, the oracles for. And so that sustains us as we look and watch how we speak to ourselves, how we how we speak and treat ourselves over the year, and with the pink moon being able to let that time. I think we had the pink moon last month. So yeah. But look at that little bun with the horns. Isn't he cute? So yeah. Your tongue will illuminate the spaces within your thoughts that need evolving. Thinking it to ourselves and even speaking out loud our thoughts and helping us to evolve from that particular space. So your crystal. Let's see what crystal. Oh, that's beautiful. Would it be something if you got like the pink quartz out of the deck? Let's see if we get a pink crystal. Now the deck is going to be like, see, now that you said that, I'm not going to give you a pink card. But pink quartz is my favorite. Pink quartz and pink selenite. And we have the red jasper, which is connected to the Etemin star, which I am not familiar with, and it's all about conviction. So I see how these two go with each other now. What we speak about ourselves and what we want to do with our life and moving forward, we remember that when our tongue, when we speak that and we want to evolve with that, we have to do it with conviction. We have to have belief in it. We have to put that out, that energy behind that. Bye, Irene. Thank you for being here. And hi, Mona. So let's find out what this Etemin star is. Number 25. All righty. Well, the affirmation for the card itself is I live fully aligned with my authentic self. There we go. How we develop and talk and grow our authentic selves. So let's see what the Etemin star is. Where are you? Set your sights on the star Etemin or Eltanin, part of the Draco. And we're just talking about Draco Malfoy. Oh my God, you can't make this up. Part of the Draco constellation. If you feel as though you are waning from your purpose. Etemin, which is also referred to as the right eye of the dragon, has a prominent Saturnian influence that helps you hold steadfast in your convictions. This influence bestows on you the gift of mental concentration and laser focus so that you don't lose sight of what truly matters on your path of awakening. So, and the card is about authenticity, trust, and mental clarity. So mental clarity, how we mentally speak to ourselves, how we verbally, audibly speak to ourselves, and also too, not paying attention to what others speak or put into our heads that, does not belong to us. So for your seed card, what is germinating right now? Your emotional and psychological state. The Hangman. Well, it looks like it's one form of one of the crows, or it could be a magpie. But so for emotional and psychological state, the Hangman. So at this time, looking at things from a different perspective. And this can very well connect with your card on the pink moon about paying attention to how we verbally, internally, and externally speak of ourselves. So when we start to speak to ourselves in a different manner, that's a part of our empowerment and our growth and our evolving. It presents a different perspective of ourselves. It helps us to maybe see things that we did not see. And it's also, to me, this card is also a card of, making sure that we don't martyr ourselves for others as well. So the conviction card, the pink moon, just really staying true to evolving who we are. And allowing ourselves to go into that beautiful state of the hangman. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little spider web, and he's dangling this cute little pendant to the spider. I don't know if he's gifting the spider, but the spiders, are also about the universe, about how everything is all interconnected. And maybe by hanging in this position, it gives us a different perspective of how everything in our lives, in your life, interconnects with each other, which may lead to, okay, so this is how this is connected, and how I think of myself this way. This is how this is connected, how I talk about myself this way, or I see now this pattern from how people talk. So it's that whole spider web of who we are in our life, and how we're interconnected within ourselves and with others, and possibly past lives if you do past life work or Akashic work. So, but yeah, it helps us. Having that perspective brings this beautiful illumination. There's like a beautiful sun or moon behind them. So it brings a new sense of illumination or insight. Um, and so the roots, what grounds and nourishes you. So this is your strengths and supports. Weaving my words. There you go. I need to do another poetry show. I haven't done one of my poetry shows in a while. Alrighty, the Four of Wands. Yes, strengths available to you and support systems. Well, it's obvious that you have a lot of support at home from those in your inner circle that love and support you, and they celebrate you. So this is a beautiful card of not just people celebrating you, but also making sure that you know to celebrate you. And I love how there's that little acorn in the middle of that spiral. So that creates that beautiful foundation that we can always go within and be with our fertile self, our seed, our acorn. To me, acorns, of course, represent masculinity, but being within the earth and knowing that we're rooted, and out of the tree grew out of a tiny little acorn, and just being able to celebrate who we are, and to find that strength and support with your husband, with your home, fur babies, and any friends or family that are part of that circle. And the beautiful butterflies, they help us. Our stability, our stability, our foundations, our structures. Those things of us that we celebrate helps us go into that transformation, helps us to um, become that caterpillar that goes into the pupa that comes out, and supports and celebrates our transformation. He is reworking your studio. Oh, I'm jelly. That is so nice. I need to get a new art table because the one I have is also those floating tables, and ugh, yeah, one of these days I will have my dream studio. So I just love that your hubby is building one for you. That's awesome. All right, so the balloon card. So for the last card, this is your potential for growth and transformation. Seven of Cups. So lots of choices, lots of dreams, lots of goals, lots of different ideas, a lot of things that you're very much emotionally connected to. And the dragonfly moves, through illusions and fantasy and daydreams. It's the one that darts so fast that it breaks the illusion, and it can move in and out of different levels of existence or planes of existence. And so it's showing her here, and she's got all the fish below her, but all those beautiful lotuses too. So there's a lot of emotions behind so many different things that you want to accomplish. And so the potential for growth is a lot. So this may become overwhelming. So maybe picking one or two and focusing on that. And perhaps that hanged man will give you that perspective of knowing which one of these cups to start with, to explore emotionally. And for me, the Seven of Cups isn't all about delusions of grandeur and stuff like like Han Solo. Was it Han Solo that said that? Oh, delusions of grandeur. Yeah, but no, a lot of times our imaginations, while they can kind of run amok sometimes, our imaginations are fertile for projects and ideas and inspirations, and not being caught in an unrealistic dream or fantasy, but being able to harness that energy and have that dragonfly help us pull out the one that really we can emotionally get behind. There is so much to do. Yes, so trying to focus and narrow on maybe one or two, but whichever that you choose, you have that beautiful foundation right there with that Four of Wands, that celebration of you, and again that hanged man, that upside down crow, might be a type of crow. Um, showing how we're all everything's all interconnected, and him giving you that perspective of how to be able to figure out which one of those beautiful lotuses to work through first. Um, and that's what I have for you, Lori. Thank you for letting me read for you. It's always a pleasure, and I'm so excited for the 27th. Um, all righty, let me take a quick sip. Let me check to make sure I didn't miss anybody that I starred, and go to see if there's anyone else who had asked for a reading. Let's see, Etamin, there she goes, is an orange giant star located about 154 light years from Earth. She'll drop some knowledge on you. Boom. Let's see. So I says I'm showing I have 7. Super and be focused. Yes. And Mona, I just want to say hello again. Mona Ligaya, as I like to call her. Oh, I bet you, Mona, if you're still here, I bet you are loving spring and excited about spring, with you and your beautiful gardens and trees. And let's see. Okay, I will think before speaking and maybe soften like the pink. And just made me think of Tori Amos's second album. That was the first concert I went to see her for. It was her Under the Pink tour. Love that. So let's see. Did I miss any? No. So for anybody who's in chat, who came in, I still have energy and time to do another reading if you would like. So let me know, Mona, and anybody else. You are in your element. I bet you are. For me, fall. I mean, I love spring and the hearing of the birds and the fresh air. It's not so hot like summer, and you get that beautiful scent of the blossoms and of the flowers popping up, the colors. But boy, by the time, July, August hits, even into September, I'm like, especially here in Oregon now, with them hitting 95 to 100 every day. Oh man, that was rough last year, but no humidity, which made it a lot easier to maintain and to handle. But it's interesting. I love the smell of the earth as it's being rebirthed. And I love it when it starts to decay and that beautiful smell, beautiful scent. Me, okay. No pressure. I just didn't know if you were interested. I'm really enjoying these today. I had a hard time trying to choose which decks to bring. I had several that just kept yelling at me, going, me, me, me. Let's see. So much to do. That came up yesterday. So thank you, tons. Can't wait to see your supply. Yeah, I brought my colored pencils, which were expensive, but I'm not really using them. But, everything else I had to leave behind. I'm still waiting for my paintings, too. It's almost been a year since I've been here, and I haven't gotten one of the ones that they said they would send to me because of my donations. But I have to be hopeful, stay positive, and still be grateful that they were allowing that for me, doing that for me. So, Mona, you got the Robin. Got the Robin card. And there's even a little robin's egg, and a cute sitting on the chair with the book. So people are wondering, well, where is the robin? Robin there and robin there. So spring into the presence of stillness, for there is much to rejoice in there. So this is a card of just going within, shutting off radios, phones, distractions, and just sitting in silence and enjoying the sounds of nature, sitting back with maybe a good book to read. And I think it's kind of cute with the egg on the book because there is so much potential to learn. Like eggs are all about potential and fertility of what's growing inside. And so, reading the books, something new ready to emerge, something maybe new. You might get a fertile idea, fertility, creativity, fertile with ideas. So it's a good time right now to step back, go out to your beautiful garden, um, just sit and listen to whether wind chimes or the birds, hearing the wind through the trees, the flowers, everything, and just maybe sitting with a good book, maybe a journal, maybe a sketch pad, or if you like photography, doing photography, but just being out and maybe not even doing anything, but just maybe being out there for a certain period of time where you're just sitting there and absorbing nature and taking all that beautiful energy up from the earth because we have become so disconnected from nature, from Mother Earth. I don't know if anyone's seen any of those earthing movies. I still want to get Chan and I one of those earthing pads. But when people started to, this one gentleman would go out and sleep pretty much bare naked, but he would be connected to the ground. He would be wrapped up in his blankets but be on the ground, and then people using the mats that represent or reflect, not reflect or represent, but recreate the natural electromagnetic energy that comes from the earth. People were finding that they were feeling healed more, they felt better, their health improved. And again, entertainment purposes only. So we get so disconnected from nature that everything that's here is meant for us to heal and to grow and to be our best. And so going out to nature and reconnecting with that energy and having that energy come up through us, oh, is such a blessing. And hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And so let's see. I just saw something really quick. Hello, Draven. How are you, sir? Good to see you today. How are ya? So Mona says, yes, I can do that. The bees were buzzing around me. Beautiful. I'm not afraid of them. I journaled today and I love photography. You've seen my pics. Have I? Maybe I have to go to your channel to see it. Do you have a channel? Alrighty, so let's get to your crystal card. Yes, Draven, my fellow Morginian. Okay, so Mona, you got Jupiter, my planet, the biggest planet in the whole, in our whole universe, in our solar system, excuse me. And the crystal is apophyllite. Okay. And apophyllite, I learned about apophyllite in Arizona when learning Reiki. Apophyllite is a high vibration stone that is really good for Reiki practitioners to be able to help tap in and amplify the healing energy of other stones while working to help amplify, our own energy during healing sessions. And in this card, it's about curiosity. So maybe going out into nature and finding something that's like there's something that's piquing your curiosity. It's like every time going out there, it's almost kind of sometimes seeing maybe something new, or you're curious about, oh, am I going to see something new today? Am I going to experience a message from nature, from spirit? Or, just keep living a life that's curious. And with that other card, it showed the egg with the book. Maybe reading, maybe you got some books you want to read, something that's piqued your curiosity. Um, and you want to start, reading about that and gain knowledge for that. And even like you're saying, journaling. I lived in Arizona. I was up in Flagstaff, and I miss it very much, especially Sedona. So let's get your cards. So the seeds. What reveals your current emotional and psychological state? Alrighty. Three of Wands. Oh, look at that with all the butterflies. So Three of Wands, you are taking an idea. There's something that you had that idea about that you got really passionate about with the Ace of Wands. So it feels so when you get the Three of Wands, what's telling me is that you had an idea, you were planning it out, sketching it out, starting to see how you can start making it tangible. And now this for this Three of Wands, boom, it's like the again with the caterpillar. The caterpillar is the Ace of Wands. It eats and takes in everything that it needs to so that it creates that pupa where it goes in, like the Two of Wands, and starts recreating itself. It completely dissolves and then regenerates itself into the butterfly, which is the Three of Wands, and it's all about expansion and ideas, plans, or goals taking an actual physical form and starting to you're bringing to life something. Um, it's a beautiful card again of expansion. You know, you put a lot of willpower into it, a lot of personal energy, um, very creative, fiery, and we even have beautiful fireflies in the card too. So, what is your current emotional, psychological state? You're celebrating something. We're not the Four of Wands for full on like celebration of self or family, but this Three of Wands is that whatever it is, it's blossomed, it's grown its wings, and it is expanding, it is taking off. Beautiful card. And so I was in Sedona in October. Yeah, another one of our YouTube family members, Betsy Palmer, psychic Betsy Palmer. She just left Hawaii after all those years, and she just moved to Sedona this year. So, yes, I need to get back and visit my friends and some family. So, what grounds and nourishes you? This is the strengths and supports available to you. Girl, you've got some amazing cards. You got the Ace of Pentacles, which is Ace of Coins in this deck. And so you have a lot of opportunities coming towards you, a lot of, to me, earthly opportunities. This could be in a form of finance, abundance, and prosperity in other ways than not just of money. It feels like there might be opportunities coming. This is that beautiful. Look at the beautiful, like she's like the bee goddess right there, and her hive is in the shape of a heart. So there's opportunity for growth, for potential, developing that beautiful honey. So yeah, your strengths available to you, support systems, opportunities coming your way that are going to be offered to you. And again, they may be opportunities or offers, things that we may not be ready to accept yet, but you'll know. But from there, it's a beautiful, like, and with you being with the gardens and everything, it could be very well that maybe new potential for growth in your garden, maybe a new tree, maybe a tree is starting to go into fruition, starting to bear fruit. It could be vegetables or flowers that you're growing. Um, just a lot of beautiful opportunity, maybe even finances to do something with gardening or to expand. I know that you said you help deliver food to people. So there may be opportunities coming your way to to be able to expand on that, or that generosity comes back to you from others to help you expand on a goal or a creative project. And now your last card, what blooms? Excuse me. So potential growth and transformation. Interesting. You have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about taking some rest, some respite. So, what is blooming is that it feels like all this hard work and opportunities that have come your way now gives you an opportunity to maybe rest more, to relax more. And with the swords, this could very well be taking a break from too much communication. Again, social media, electronics. Maybe taking the time from um, just a lot of mental chatter, as in everything that you do. This is to me like the card is, it says it's a respite, it's a break, like a vacation from communicating, talking to people, having to, have communicate ideas. Um, just a lot of mental chatter and a lot of energy that requires, full on mental agility, full on mental. There are times I'm looking for words and they leave me, but just, sometimes we just get so mentally exhausted from everything that we're doing, especially with your Three of Wands, all this expansion and new opportunities coming through with the Ace of Coins. This will be able to provide an opportunity for you to take a step back, to relax, to chill, and to unplug and unwind. So that's what I have. All of them are bearing fruit. Wonderful. 16 fruit trees. Oh, my goodness. That must be a beautiful garden. People come over. Yeah, take some pears, take some apples, take some. My grandma had a pear tree in her backyard, and the whole family would come every summer and pick up the pears because they would just fall. They'd just be all over the place. Let's see. I did today. This is my first live of the day. Been resting. Very nice. And got a full-time job too, so it's good to unwind, take a step back. The spring just kind of, and when we able to step back and take that break and we quiet our minds and we, get rested, that allows all that noise and that chatter to maybe open up ideas for something else new coming in, like with the robin's egg, new things coming through, new potential, new ideas for projects or for growth. Oh, oodles of yummy jam. I bet. So, all righty. Well, that was my last reading. And I appreciate everybody being here. Let me just make sure. Jam. Love that. Let's see. What did Gypsy say? I'll be seeing you all in the old familiar place. Oh, so you're probably gone already, but bye, Gypsy. Thanks for being here, sweetheart. So let's see. Just my garden pictures. Alrighty, so I'll have to check out your channel so I can see your pictures. Alrighty, making sure I did. Let's see. I said hello to Draven. Alrighty, I'm all caught up. Well, thank you everybody for popping in. I wasn't sure. Thank you, Jax, for letting me know when there was a free slot to be able to pop in and do a show, because we have so many shows that go on now during the day. Our community is growing. So thank you again for modding and keeping me up to date with the schedule. She's a canner, lots of jam. Oh my goodness. I'm almost out of my strawberry, so I'm going to have to go out tomorrow and get some strawberry. Oh, Fatima, you were still here. Blessings to you, my dear. Have a beautiful Sunday. Hope weather's improving for you up in Toronto. Shan's the one that likes to watch the weather all over the country. But hopefully, my old area and you guys are getting a break from the snow. And we're supposed to have like 70, 80 degrees coming up this week. So looking forward to not the extreme heat. I prefer like 70, 75, but um, I'll take what I can get. So ciao. Bye, Lori, and bye, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will be doing my Sacred Feminine on Monday at its regular time. And because of it being St. Patrick's, no, St. Paddy's Day. On Tuesday, I'm going to be looking at Celtic goddesses, or actually, excuse me, Irish goddesses on Monday. And I'm very excited about that. So I will see everybody in the next live or chat. Everyone have a good rest of your day.